we can get started. All right, I know Tammy's not gonna be able to get on until 7:30. She's in Memphis, right? And that, that's where Erica was born and raised, Memphis, Tennessee, right? And I was born on the West Coast, San Diego, but from family that was originally from the South, Texas, and so, which is probably why we hit it off so well in high school. But she knows Memphis incredibly well. But when it comes to grits, like I eat it with sugar. She eats it with salt. And so she always told me I was way off.
She eats it the right way.
Right. You see what I'm saying? I would always get that. She'd be like, John, you ain't supposed to put sugar. How you going to turn grits into cream of wheat? Like she always would talk
That's exactly what I would say.
Right. See, she would talk all that trash. And so I guess Tammy's in Memphis right now, and she came across some restaurant that's called Grits and Sugar. So she took a picture of the restaurant, tagged me in it on her Instagram story. And I'm going to show that to Erica so she can see that. See, even in her town, they agree with me. You see what I'm saying?
I bet you those are newcomers. I bet you they're new.
Those are people that moved there. They migrated there. They tripping. That's what she's going to tell me.
Not real Memphis people.
Those are not people from Memphis that made that restaurant. That restaurant probably gets boycotted. Yeah, all right. But anyway.
No one eats there. It's empty.
It did look kind of empty. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying, But anyway, let's get started. Welcome, everybody, to your weekly wellness check. It's just intended to be friends, getting together, having conversation about fitness, about Peloton, about any other connected fitness or just fitness topic. It's not meant to be any stress. It's meant to just be light conversation, again, amongst friends. Like, that's it. So if you want to join the conversation, please just hit the hand on the lower right of your phone. Don't worry about it. It's no stress. Just come up on stage and we'll bring you up and you can join the conversation. If you don't want to do that and it's more comfortable for you to just kind of hang out in the audience, please do that. Don't stress on that. Just hang out in the audience. Go in the chat, because, the chat be off the chain. I be in the chat. While we're talking, I'm in the chat. You know what I mean? So just do that if it's uncomfortable and you don't want to come on stage, and throw your questions there as well. If you have things and again you're uncomfortable with saying it on stage, just put your questions there and we'll read them from there. I see you, Courtney, in the chat. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, grits and sugar. You know what I mean? I don't know what y'all talking about. I mean, you could put the butter in there with the sugar. You don't have to be salt. You know what I mean? That's all I'm trying to tell Erica. She ain't listening to me. We've been married 34 years. She still don't listen to me. You know what I mean? She telling me no, salt. Like, she refused to put it in the grits. She'll just give me like, if she helps me out, she might put the sugar in a cup. She refused to put it in the grits. See, I don't know. Erica be tripping. But anyway. All right, let's see. What do we have for a first topic here? Let's see. Let me look at the agenda. Oh, the Mariah Carey video drop on November 1st. I have a bunch of questions about the Mariah Carey video drop, because there's a whole bunch of things I didn't understand about it. And then Erica had to hit me on it. She had to inform me. I learned that Mariah Carey puts a video out like that every year. I didn't know that. I learned that she does that as her means of telling you, okay, now the holiday season has started. You may commence to celebrate the holiday season. See, I didn't know Mariah is the one that let us know this. I didn't know this. This is information for me. I did not know this. So when the video dropped, I thought this was just a collaboration with Peloton. And I thought Peloton was going to have it on their, stories as well. And I thought it just meant we about to get a Mariah Carey artist series, and Mariah Carey going to show up, in the studio while we in there riding. And I just went all south with it to a whole nother thing. But now I'm starting to think that was just Mariah deciding to use the Peloton and put out her regular video that she puts out every year. And this didn't have nothing to do with Peloton. So I don't know. Maybe she got approval to have it in there from Peloton. Maybe she talked to him. But now I'm starting to think especially since I didn't see no joint shared video release, I didn't see Peloton sharing it. Like they shared images, but not the actual video. So now I'm like, they didn't have nothing to do
Nope,
with it.
they shared the video.
They shared the
They
video
shared the
too?
video on their
Oh,
Twitter
okay.
account and their Instagram account.
Okay. Oh, okay. I missed that. I thought they didn't really share. So, but you understand what I'm saying? Am I missing something? Is there not going to be a Mariah Carey artist series because this was just Mariah's normal thing that she just has decided to include Peloton? You know what I
I
mean?
don't know. I think there's gonna be a collaboration because this isn't the first time that she's posted about Peloton where she
Okay.
was like dropping what I consider to be hints.
Okay. Okay.
So
So you think
I don't
there is
know.
some
This is not a
collaboration?
new posting.
There's something else
I think
coming.
so.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. I guess the fact that when you look at the video as it was posted on Instagram, like every instructor liked the video. I guess that was telling that at least somebody knew something or somebody saw something, or so that made me think, okay, maybe there's some collaboration. But I wasn't as convinced anymore once I realized Mariah puts this type of video out every year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't know she did those videos yearly though. So that is news to me
You know
because
what I mean?
I don't follow her. So I had no idea that this happened on a regular basis.
See, I
But
ain't know
just
either.
because she's posted other videos with Peloton, that just makes me wonder. I
Right.
think maybe it's more than just her annual thing because she did the video with Peloton and then she's done other postings where she's had Peloton, she's mentioned them.
Coco Loco
So
said, I thought she was going on tour. She is. We're going to be in New York on December 16th. I'm taking Erica to see Mariah Carey at Madison Square Garden on December 16th. You know, when Mariah Carey dropped her first album in 1990, Jasmine was like one, right? And we were living in this like studio apartment in Northern California. We like broke as a joke. And and it was all I could do to afford a Mariah Carey tape at the time. And Erica used to play Vision of Love to Jasmine as a baby, like constantly. So much so that she sang it to her all her life, and she still sings it to her all the time. And no, Jasmine like 33 years old now, and her mom's still singing her Vision of Love. But that's how much of a fan Erica is. So yeah, we're gonna be in NYC on December 16th, checking out that show. So it's gonna be off the hook.
and is she getting ready to release new music?
I don't know. If she is, y'all telling me something new.
I don't know. I thought someone said that. I don't know.
Oh, hold up. I forgot to hold on. See, I did my whole setup, but I forgot to change my network connection. Hold on. Let me get this right. I think I got it right. All right. I think I'm good. But yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know if she's planning to do new music. If she is, that's a new one on me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I heard incorrectly. I told you I don't follow her, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't follow either. I have no clue. I don't know. I had to ask Erica. She would know all about it. But all right. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. If they do drop an artist series, I think that might blow up though. I think. Well, I mean, when I say blow up, I don't mean literally like we just saw. Uh,
I was gonna say, what else could blow up at this point? I mean,
I
of
don't
course,
mean.
their servers are hanging on by a thread.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
got like one Ethernet cable and some AOL dial-up with a damn turtle running across the screen.
I ain't trying to say like literally like blow up. Like I mean like we just saw with the Kendrick thing. That's not what I'm talking. I'm not dissing. I'm just saying, a lot of people would probably be interested in a Mariah Carey artist series, I'm thinking. Like that's just a guess, but I'm thinking.
Well, I'm dissing. I'm dissing Peloton.
I was like, I put a story in my Instagram feed. I put a story out, it's just asking a question. I was like, what's the hot topic that we want to talk about during Clubhouse? And I mean, it was like 99% people were like, what's going on with all these classes blowing up every time we do like an artist series like that? Yeah, so I guess that's a
Yeah,
sore
I got
point.
the same thing too when I posted it in my stories. I was like, yeah, that's gonna be a hot topic. And I posted in the official Peloton page. They did not approve my post. I said
Ooh,
Peloton
ooh,
do better,
ooh.
and they did not approve my post.
Well, I saw somebody saying something. I didn't understand what they were talking about. Somebody said, oh, they were on live with somebody. I don't know who they were on live with. And they were like, they're not even acknowledging that, all of us couldn't get in. And they know this we were all kind of what's going on. Like, so I want to know
Well,
about that. Like, who, what?
so Jess and
That
Tunde
was
went
me.
live.
Oh, okay, Deidre,
Hmm.
Jess
that
and
was
Tunde
you?
went live after class.
Who
Yeah,
did?
with Tunde.
And
Who did?
so here's the thing.
Who went
Jess
live?
Jess Sims,
Oh, okay,
Jess
okay.
Sims and
Jackson
Tunde
Tunde.
went
Oh, okay,
live on
okay.
Instagram.
Oh,
And
okay.
then at the very beginning, someone mentioned about not being able to get in, and Jess said, yeah, we know there were technical difficulties. And then people literally just kept repeating the same thing in the
Yeah,
chat. So I put in the chat comment, I'm like, she's aware of it.
Right. She
They're
can't do
aware of
nothing
it.
about it.
There's
Right.
nothing. Take the class on demand.
Right.
If there's no reason
yeah,
to keep bombarding her on Instagram Live with the nonsense of the
Right.
fact that the class glitched out. There was nothing Jess could do about it.
Right. She can't do
So
nothing
the
about it.
repeated comments in the chat were like ridiculous. And I was like, just like she knows.
Right.
She addressed it already.
Right.
Drop it, taking it on demand.
Right.
Like I got kicked out too. I'm assuming Robin Arzon got kicked out, but she took it again today with me. So she was on last night,
Oh, I heard that.
and I'm assuming she got kicked out because she took it today.
hmm
You know what I mean? Oh, Candace said Jess is not IT. Exactly. Like, what's she supposed to do about it?
yeah.
You know what
She
I mean?
said it really. She said it like real quick
Mhm.
because you could tell like she didn't want to be like bothered with it. And then people who every time somebody came in, they would keep saying the same thing over and over again.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
then I don't know if something was going on with the feed. They were like, "Oh, nobody's going to see this until like 5 minutes after." I don't know if that was also their kind of way of saying, we're just going to completely ignore it.
Right.
And
No,
then
there's a delay. When you do an Instagram live, there's a delay
okay, because
between
I
what they're saying and what they're seeing. So they
yeah,
don't see our comments at the same time that we make them. So there's like a delay. If you watch anybody's Instagram live, there's always a delay. If you'll see they're responding a couple seconds later to comments that were made earlier.
hmm
It's an Instagram thing. I'm assuming it's like anything else where you're going live. You have to. There's always a buffer.
yeah, it just seemed like they were saying it was taking even longer yesterday. I wasn't really sure about that, but I did see like everybody just. I just left after a while because I was like, everybody's going to keep saying the same thing over and over and over again. I was
That's
like, it's
all that was
obvious
happening in the chat. That was all that was going on.
that was the majority of it, and you could
Dang.
tell they were not going to address it. They were trying to talk about like makeup and like lip
Right.
gloss,
Right.
and, like all
Right.
this other stuff.
They
And
were doing like their normal Instagram live stuff that they do.
Right.
Like it was so ridiculous and so annoying. As per normal Peloton people, like y'all will beat a horse until it turns to glue. Like I
I kind of feel
I
for
don't
the
know what
instructors a
in the
little bit
world
on that one. You know what I
Jess is
mean?
supposed to do.
That's what I'm saying. I
Like
kind
what
of
is she
feel
supposed to
for
do?
them.
Come to your house and reteach it? Like come
I
on.
kind of, I kind of feel for them. They sitting there doing, they at work. We having fun. They at work. They can't do nothing about that. Oh, they don't know nothing about the infrastructure and network. And I don't know.
And you know how I get when people start coming for my people. Like, when you're harassing my people, like we got a problem. Like, don't harass my people.
Jasmine said,
yeah,
not
it
glue.
just
She in the chat cracking up.
it just really sucked that like it was her 4 year anniversary and it was a
Right.
live boot camp, like boot camp that we haven't had in so long.
Right.
That it like I think that's what really made people get even more upset was that it's like how can you just f this up so bad,
Right.
like because
Yeah.
everything was working fine and as soon as like she said okay we're about like 48 seconds out or whatever she said and she's like okay and she started to as soon as she started to do her intro
Yep.
it just went and then Bike was like oh all users have been logged out
Oh,
try logging
snap.
in log in, it was like, oh, your profile can't be loaded.
Oh,
Then you
snap.
went on to the app and it
Yeah.
was just spinning.
Oh,
Like it was,
even in the app.
yeah.
Now,
Somebody
I
said
was
that they were
able to
able
stay
to
on an
get in
app.
on the guide, but I was like, I shouldn't have to connect my guide to try to do a live ride. Like that doesn't make any sense.
This is crazy. Hold
I
on.
was logged in. I was logged in the app from my phone because
Yep.
I go and I use that to record the pre-show. So
Yep.
I was under my son's account on my phone, and I stayed in the whole class from my phone.
Oh, okay.
Really?
But I couldn't get in from anywhere else. Not from my bike, not from my tread, not from the guide. Like nothing.
Oh,
Ooh, let me bring in Sharice. What's going on, Sharice?
Hi, John. Good evening. How are you?
Doing good. Doing good.
Good. Yeah, just repeating basically what Danielle was saying. People were, in my opinion, just a little bit ridiculous on the Instagram live yesterday. Like, obviously, Jess was made aware of what happened, but she's still teaching. You're still getting the content. Yes, it's on demand, but you're still getting the class. It
Right.
was unfortunate, but she's not, over that. Like, I feel like we're seeing this too often, which is a huge issue on Peloton's part, especially when the numbers weren't like your norm, like super high, like Thanksgiving Day ride numbers.
Right.
So that was kind of shocking too. Like when I got kicked off, I want to say there wasn't even 2,000 people on the leaderboard yet.
What? Dang.
So yeah, it was just shocking that, they're starting to have these issues pretty regularly. So hopefully Peloton can, figure it out, because it's unfortunate. Like that was her 4 year, and as an instructor, I feel for her too. Like you were excited to see people on the leaderboard because she talked about it in pre-show,
Right.
and then not being able to have that. So I don't know how much she saw drop on her screen, because apparently people that had gotten kicked out still end up getting shout outs and things even when they were off the ride. So not sure how much she saw happening during the class, but the content is still there. The class is great, so people will be okay.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm not sure how many people were on the app total before people got kicked off, but I know when I was still on there from my phone, there were 1,700 people on there. So that leads me to believe that there were more than 2,000 on the ride,
Oh, okay.
because it was 1,700 after people got kicked off.
Yeah, I was saying when I got dropped, it was at 2,000. So I'm sure.
Right, because plus on the bike, you don't even see the people who
We
are on
don't
the
see
app.
the app users.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, let me bring in Chris. What's going on, Chris?
Hey, John, how's it going today?
Doing good. Can't complain. All's good.
Good. I was just going to chime in that this one might not have been on Peloton.
Okay.
Someone pointed out to me, if you went to Down Detector afterwards, there were several other websites that had small spikes and issues around the same time.
Oh, is that right?
So it's possible there was some sort of Amazon issue that could have caused this. I'm not 1,000% sure, but I did go look, and there were some spikes and small outages on a couple other fairly major sites around the same time.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, what's sad about that is, if that is the case, it almost doesn't even matter, because like a week or so before, we were sitting here having the same conversation, which tells me like there was probably a broader Peloton base that were saying the same thing. We were sitting here going, now y'all know the server's is gonna go down. Like we had that impression like long before the class, and then that problem happens. Like we predicted it, so it's almost doesn't even matter why it happened. It's like a bad look, no matter what, right?
Well, once it happens, 4 times in 2 months, and it is your servers. The fifth time when it's not your
Right.
servers, it's
It's like, who cares, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny. But I can believe that. Like, yeah, if you're looking at Down Detector, there's like other sites are having a similar problem at the same time. I mean, yeah, maybe it's not them.
I
It's
just want
just
to know, and I keep
unfortunate.
asking Peloton this question, is how they're going to handle turkey burn
They're
without us
not.
running on
It's
the
not going to happen,
treadmill
Danielle.
live for the first
Yeah.
time. Like, I just want to know how they're going to handle it. And maybe me asking these questions is why they don't send me special invites to meet the rowing instructors,
Yeah.
or any of these other
Snap.
special invites they sent out.
Oh, snap.
But how many?
Snap.
I keep telling them to do better.
Oh man, that deserves a.
Damn!
Okay, I got you. Okay, well, go ahead, Chris. You gonna ask?
I was just curious. I don't know the answer, but what's the most people we've seen on a live tread class before? I know the rides get up to 50,000 on one or two, but what's the most we've seen on a live tread before? Does anyone know?
Oh, I don't know. I was about to give like bike numbers, but you're right. From a tread perspective, I don't know.
I mean, it's got to be a fraction of that. I'm just curious what
Right.
fraction. I mean, it's the same servers at the end of the day, so it's not
right
directly connected. I was just curious if anyone knew.
I think when Jess did Beyonce's Tread Boot Camp, I think there were like 5,000 people on.
Okay,
it was like the highest number I'd ever seen. And Nicole might be able to correct me, but it was way up there.
You said,
I mean, I would have guessed
Tread Boot Camp.
somewhere in the 5 to 10% of the number. So that lines up to what I would have guessed.
You said like about 5,000, Danielle?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember that it was about 5,000 that took that class live.
Makes sense.
Was wow.
That makes sense. Wow, but wow, like I'm with y'all on the questions about the turkey burn. we gonna have Alex gonna be up there doing his thing. Well, I mean, I'm thinking these numbers might go to a place they haven't been from a tread perspective.
I think so. I
But
really do because I've seen so many people saying that they're going to be on because Alex is teaching.
Oh snap!
You know, it's his first live run.
Oh
There's going to be
damn!
people on, borrowed treads, the app.
Oh damn!
I
People just
still
going to
don't
be
think you're going to have.
watching.
I still don't think you're going to have anywhere near the number you do on the bike.
Right, right,
Oh
right,
no, I
right.
don't
Yeah,
think that because the bike will get like 25,000
right.
Yeah, the
easily.
bike.
So I
Yeah,
don't think you'll get 25,000 on a tread, but I think you're going to get a high number. I
I'm.
wouldn't be
absolutely.
surprised if it's probably the highest that they've seen.
I think so. I think I could see 8 to 10,000. I could see that. I
Especially if it was slightly later too, because with it being at what, it's at 9 a.m. So
right.
if you're West Coast, you're going to have to get up at 6 a.m. for that. I think that's going to cut down on it slightly. If you'd put that at 11, I think your numbers would be even higher.
Right.
11 East Coast time.
Coco Loco said, "Don't be messing with her man. Like she trying to, she might get upset if this thing drops. We might have to protect Peloton here and make sure that they get this right. You know,
She's already pissed off because she couldn't get in the class. Heaven forbid it
you
crashed.
know what I
Like
mean?
Peloton's gonna have to put out a restraining order against her. And
Coco
she's
Loco
gonna be
said
sitting there waiting for Uncle Barry.
she said she gonna
So
hurt somebody if they mess this class up. You know what I mean? I feel it. You know what I mean? I think I hear what she's saying. You know, Nicole, it'd be a problem if they mess this up.
Listen, the only way that they would be allowed to delay that live class
Yeah,
is if I was in studio
yeah,
and Alex said, you know what, we can't go live for like an hour.
right.
Nicole, do you want to go out for breakfast? That's the only way that class could be delayed. Since I will be home and waking my ass up early
Right,
and probably hung the F over because
right,
it's the night before Thanksgiving
right.
and I'm waking up early for my man, it
and
better
when
be
aren't you
on time.
hungover?
Well, usually on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings. But I was, with that, I was listening. I took the his last class with Ashton
Yeah,
Kutcher when he was the 20-minute one,
right.
and it was so great. And
Yeah,
the numbers that he was calling out, and he wasn't even winded.
right,
I can't wait to actually see how he teaches the class with like regular people in the studio
right.
because he's gonna have to scale back some way because it's like unless every single person in that class is like Janera and Jess Minardi, like if I took that class in the studio and he was calling out and we're going to sprint it at 9.0, I don't care who's calling out those numbers to me. I just wouldn't be able to do it.
But don't you think
He's
this is?
insane. I can't wait to see it.
But yeah, I think it's kind of brilliant, right? Like, so he comes out in all these classes. He's just out here showing you that he is an athlete. He can do this running thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's putting up these numbers that we're just going, what the hell? So that it just gets people to recognize, his ability. But then when the actual, classes really start kicking in, he scales it back. But it entices
We'll
people,
see.
right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I
Well,
mean,
the thing is, and what we were talking about, like the numbers, like obviously the bike numbers are always higher because a lot more people have bikes, but there are so many people, and Danielle was talking about it last week, that said, well, now I need to get a tread because Alex is on it. I
right.
think that the numbers are going to be really, really, really high because people are going to be taking that tread class
Right.
on digital on their bike, or they're going to be sitting on their couch taking that tread class and just watching it. So I think the numbers are going to be I think they're going to be really high, especially with all the digital numbers.
Oh, people gonna be out there like me, just hanging out on the couch with chips and a soda. I think I won't feel alone. That works. Yeah, because that's probably what I'm. That's probably what I'm gonna do. All right, let me bring Shelly in. What's going on, Shelly? You there, Shelly? All right, that's all right. When you're ready, Shelly, let me know. I want to get to something.
Hey,
Oh, go ahead,
here
Shelly.
I am.
Hey.
So I think a lot of times I have a tread, but a lot of times I will do the tread classes when I walk outdoors and I'm walking my dogs.
Right.
So I think I'll be doing Alex's class on the beach.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do that. That makes sense. I did that. I used to do that. I mean, when I was doing a lot of running, I took like the whole catalog of outdoor runs back when. And then once I got
Yeah.
done with that, I just started taking regular tread classes as part of my outdoor run. Yeah, so
Well,
I used
I
to do
do
that.
walks because
Okay,
I
yeah,
walk the dogs,
right.
and I really wish that they would have more walks on the outdoors. They're not adding enough outdoor, the Peloton outdoor content.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. They need more of that. Hey, I see in the chat, um, Brandy was talking about Alex's IG story. I must have missed it. What was in the IG story that? What did I miss? Anybody know? I don't know what you're referring
He's
to,
just been
Brandy.
posting himself doing a lot more workouts, running on the tread, like I guess just showing like, hey, I'm putting in the work. I
Oh,
hope you
gotcha,
guys are ready
gotcha.
for the work.
Oh yeah, that's right. He
Yeah.
got the gym and he built out the gym, and so he's been.
Built out his gym. Yeah.
That's right.
Hmm.
That's right. That's right. You're right. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's showing you he in the lab working. That's right. Like he putting in this work, and y'all about to get it. Yeah, you're right. I don't know, Coco Loca. If he comes with that energy, yeah, I'm gonna be walking. Ain't listening to no call outs. Just like Danielle said. But we'll see. But all right, let's see. Unless we had, how did we? Wait a minute. We were on Kendrick Lamar, and I jumped in. How did I get into? I don't know. Oh, we were talking about the
Because we were talking about everything
outages.
dropping.
That's right. Okay, I, I got another. I'm looking at the agenda. I'm like, how we get on out? Okay, so the Kendrick Lamar classes. I ain't seen them. I don't know what happened with them. I don't know. Were people in studio? Yeah, no.
No,
There weren't. Oh, okay.
nobody was in the studio.
Okay.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Oh, okay.
It was just regular class like normal.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just I didn't do tune days, but I heard it was difficult.
Oh,
That
yeah.
like 12 minutes of it was a hit style class.
Oh, okay.
Um, that
Oh,
she
okay.
was like wild.
Well, that's Tune Day. That's
Jess's
what she do.
bike boot camp was really good. Yeah, I mean it's Tune Day,
It's
so
Tune Day.
the bike boot camp was really good. I actually think the bike boot camp was kind of chill. I was expecting it to be a lot harder. I mean, there was a 6 minute EMOM that had devil's presses, but everyone knows I love devil's presses, so that didn't bother me.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't think she had like any real crazy call outs on the bike. So
No.
I think I only rated it like a 7.
Dang. That's
It
crazy.
wasn't hard at all. It was good.
Does anybody else have this problem? I'll like take a class and I'll be like, damn, that was hard for me. But it probably wasn't all that hard for everybody else. And so then I'll like downrate it. Am I the only one that does that? Like on the difficulty? I'm like, dang, I suck. But everybody else probably was at ease. Coco Loco said, I do that, John. I do that all the time. I'll be like, dang, she kicked my ass. But you know what? Everybody else looked like they were good. So we gonna make that a 6.
I'm like, is it easy because I did my own numbers?
You know what I mean? That's
Because I
funny.
wasn't listening to their numbers. I do that all the time on the trend.
Okay,
I'm
Sharice
like,
says
well,
she
maybe
does
if
that
I
too.
was
So it ain't just me.
no, because I'm like, maybe if I was running at an 8, like everyone else, maybe I would have found this a little bit harder.
You know what I mean?
But I wasn't. So
I just started back running. I ain't been running. Y'all motivated me. Y'all got me all hyped up and everything. And so I just started about running. So I'm taking this little 20-minute run this morning, right, with Jess Sims. And I did that at the end of that class. I was like, shit, I haven't been running in a minute. That got me a little bit. But everybody was just flying on the leaderboard, so I guess it wasn't that hard. I did that this morning. It was fun seeing y'all out there, by the way. I got to see a lot of people on the leaderboard.
yes, and you were actually running.
Yeah,
I
you
saw
see
your
that?
numbers move, and I
You
was like, oh, shucky ducky.
you see me? I was running. Exactly. I was actually running. It was crazy. And I felt good too. It was all right. Well, another thing that's been going on lately is Erica's been, she always helps me once I say I'm gonna do something, which you can't say too much around Erica. As soon as you say you're gonna do something, then she'll start helping you. And you better really want to do it, because then she'll be like, wait a minute, I'm helping you and now you tripping. So I told her I was gonna get back into doing things a little more and running and all. And so she gives me this pre-workout that she uses, right? This is like a few days ago. So she gives me this pre-workout. It's already mixed, pre-mixed. It's in the bottle. I don't even know what it was. So I was like, all right, I just drink it. And I had all this energy, right? So I go in the gym and I'm like literally this is not normal for me. Like within 20 minutes, I had done 3 sets of 10 and like 4 exercises. And I walk in the house and I'm like, dang, Eric, I don't know what that is you gave me, but I done like 4 straight exercises in 20 minutes and then 3 sets of 10. I was working legs. But this stuff is nice. And she was like, okay, don't do too much. You're tripping. And I was like, no, but I got energy. So then I went back out there. I did like 4 more exercises, 3 sets of 10. I've been sore all week, could barely walk. That stuff is dangerous. I'm going to have to ask her what it is so I can tell y'all what she gave me. But it's craziness.
Listen, a good pre-workout will get you through a stack.
Okay?
I know. I love my
The
pre-workout.
world is what that stuff was. Had me doing stuff I should not have been doing. It make no sense. But anyway, when I find out what it is she gave me, it was some crack or something. I think she gave me some crack. I don't know what that was. I'll let y'all know.
She gave you, remember back in the day, Cisco?
Oh, you know what I mean?
That's what
You remember that? That's what she gave me. What the hell she gave me? Some crazy. Well, I said I wanted to work out like that. She gave me some craziness. Anyway, all right. Well, that was entertaining, at least, with the Kendrick Lamar stuff. Just looking at the comments and hearing all the questions. That was fun. Hopefully that doesn't happen with the next thing, with the turkey burn. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Coco Loco, don't even, you know what I'm saying? You said Mad Dog. I'm going to tell you like this. It was like 88. And, you know, I had just turned, no. I just turned 21. So it was like 90, 91. Right? And I was like, Erica, I'm like legal to drink. And she's like, for real? Like, well, what we going to drink? I was like, I don't know nothing about no alcohol. So me and Erica drove out to like a liquor store. We're in California, Northern California. Like let's buy something because you can drink now. So that's what I bought. I bought a bottle of Mad Dog. I didn't know nothing about alcohol. And that's what we bought. So when you said that in the chat, it just reminded me. And then Eric and I, we were neither one of us were drinkers. We were just doing that because I could buy it. And then we drank it, and then it was like horrible because we didn't like being drunk, and then we never drink again. Anyway, so I just thought of that story when you said Mad Dog. Anyway, let's see. What's the next topic? The Peloton earnings call. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was listening to it this morning. I saw the, they released the numbers like an hour before the call. So like, well, actually it was like an hour and 15, 20 minutes before the call. So like 7:15 or so, they released the numbers. And so I was looking at the numbers, and to me it looked like, about what Uncle Barry said. Revenue was about what he said. He said subscribers, Connected Fitness subscribers would be flat. They were. I mean, they gained like 7,000, which to me, that was a plus. Even though the revenue was about what he said, it was a little under. So I thought, okay, maybe the market might have a problem with that. It seemed like he changed the outlook. Like he was saying by end of fiscal 23, they would be like free cash flow even, but now he's saying, they'll be close to free cash. I noticed that little change was like, well, we'll be close. Like he said that. And so I wasn't sure how people were going to take it. Then I was looking at the market, and then the Peloton was down like 20% pre-market. Like, okay, I guess they didn't like it. But then during the day, it kind of, came back up to a bit, right? And so I guess people like stopped the overreaction. I didn't think it was all that bad. I thought it was, what we would have expected from Peloton. I was happy that they gained 7,000 new subs. Uncle Barry's talking about all kinds of stuff. He's talking about tiered pricing for the app. Like, I don't know what that's going to mean. Like, as if you can get the app for like $5.99 or $9.99 or $14.99. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's going to be these tiered pricing coming next year. And I don't know how they're going to do that. Like, what are they going to do? Like, if you get the $4.99 plan,
commercials.
is that what's going to be? You're going to get commercials?
$3.99.
What's that?
Premium.
They're going to be freemium. Oh, did he say that too? I've heard that before.
He didn't say that this week, but he said it in previous interviews.
I've heard him say that. That's right. And he also said something like they want to get to like 100 million digital subs, and they think the tiered pricing might get them there. Like,
he did say that, yes.
And they're like at like some 875 or 1,000 now or something like that.
To be
I can
fair, I
see
think that's
them.
total. That's total, but he thinks digital is what's going to get him, 90 of those million,
Oh, you're
100
thinking, oh,
million.
his 100
But
million. He's
I
thinking,
think it includes, yeah, I think it includes bike tread and, the 20 rowers too.
gotcha. So
I'm thinking that if he does the different tiers, it might not include the bike and the tread because those are things that people don't, they don't have. But you could buy it for outdoors, yoga, and strength. Quite possibly, maybe
yeah,
that's how they'll structure it.
maybe. Like I was trying to like figure out like yeah, it's same thing. Like how would they do that? Would they would like if you just chose one discipline, you could choose one. And I'm making up the prices by the way. Nobody said this. So you choose one discipline and it's $4.99 a month. But if you want two, now it's $9.99. I don't know how they'll do it. But one part of my mind thinks, well, if you do that, then people don't even have the opportunity to try these other disciplines. So will it end up being like every tier you get every discipline, but you just get less like more and more select classes. So the $4.99 plan, you get this small tiny subset and a little more with the next tier. Like I don't know.
That's what I think it's going to be like, where you have access to so many classes, but if you're like full, that top tier, you have access to everything. And
Yeah.
you have access to it when it's new, like when it's first released. Whereas, like, maybe if you're like tier level 1, you'll get it, but you got to wait 6 weeks.
Right. You know another thing I never understood. You know how like you can go look at like Soul Cycle's that Equinox Plus mobile app, and that app it doesn't matter if you got the bike or not. The thing is like I don't know $40 a month, and I always thought like Peloton calls that tier they call it all access, right? But you can only get all access if you actually buy a connected fitness product. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, why don't they let you buy that tier without a product? Like, would someone? Is it possible someone could, if they tiered it right, someone could go, oh, I want this $4.99 plan, but someone else might go, you know what? I want the $44 a month plan, but I don't want to buy a bike.
You're forgetting one catch to that though.
Uh oh,
Now,
what's that?
well, now even if you have a bike, you're at least at first not going to get all the row classes,
Oh
even
yeah.
with all access.
Ooh,
So
that's right.
there's already a complication to that
Oh, that's right. That's right.
at first.
At first, at least, right. So I don't know. I always thought like these other products that have that scenario where their digital app makes no distinction between the pricing of like if you bought the hardware. I always thought like why are they doing that? Number one. And number two, if they can do that, why isn't Peloton trying to figure that out? Right? I don't know. What's going on, Sheldon? You there, Sheldon?
Hold on. Here we go.
Oh,
There we go.
hey.
Sorry.
No,
Little
no
mute button
worries.
there. Yeah, it was pretty clear. I mean, it sounded to me like there's going to be lots of gateways.
Yeah. Right?
They're gating stuff. It's about a la carte type approach. What it sounded like when Uncle Barry was talking today. At least in the digital app, if I don't know if the all access is going to change or not, but he seemed pretty clear that they need to monetize that a little bit more effectively.
Right. He mentioned something about, and I've heard him mention this a lot, where he talks about, he gave a percentage, forgive me, I don't remember the percentage, but he was like this certain percentage of people that use our content are not even using it on our hardware. And so
Yep.
we want to explore that. And that was interesting to me. Like, first,
Yeah,
number
but I
one,
mean, isn't that anyone that has the app almost? I
right,
mean,
like,
I didn't quite understand that comment. Yeah.
right, like, what does that mean? Like, how did you come up with that? What are you referring to? Like, I didn't get that either. But I
I
mean,
think he meant connected fitness competitors versus, a
Oh,
dumb
well, yeah. I
treadmill
mean,
or
tons
a,
of people use. I hear you. Tons of people use like Echelon bikes or whatever because
yeah,
they're pretty much jailbroken. There's a whole group that is Echelon riders, Peloton users, or something. It's pretty common, I think. I
I
mean,
think he said the number was 50%. 50%
50%.
who use other
I could
connected
believe that.
fitness hard.
Right. Well,
I
think
can
about
believe
it this
that.
way. Like when the tread was first coming out, right? So they had just announced it. What was it, like January 2018? No one had taken delivery yet. People had just put in their orders, right, for it, but no one had one. But all of a sudden they were dropping tread classes. So back then, I had like a Soul treadmill, and I was taking Peloton tread classes without a tread, but it was because I was just using the digital aspect of my connected fitness subscription for that purpose. Like, so in my mind, it makes me wonder, like, is he talking about people doing that too? Like, I don't know, like, what is that number inclusive of, you know?
I guess if I have to step back and think about why they allowed it to begin with, I mean, again, I can't look into Foley's brain from the past, but you would imagine that they created the app to get people hooked on Peloton content,
Right.
with the hopes that the lure of having all the metrics and all that stuff would make it a natural transition to go to Peloton equipment
Right.
to get the full user experience. Well, it makes sense until you start seeing people making third-party apps that integrate the two, which happen. There's a dude that has this thing. It's like QZ Domos something. I don't know. It was designed for some other way, but people use it to get the Peloton metrics on their Echelon bike.
Wow.
And it's like almost like a gateway type thing. You have to have two devices still, but people are fine with it.
Wow.
And so I think that kind of broke the concept a little bit, and people are just fine not having that.
Wow.
So I don't know. I mean,
So
I think he's looking to monetize more. I think and make and gate that content. Like, I don't think you're going to see the rower stuff on your app until you pay for it separate.
Right.
I mean, that's what it sounded like to me.
That makes sense because, like before, you're right. Foley said for years, he would be like, our funnel is the app. We get people in the door, and then where our intent is to convert them to a connected fitness sub. But so you're right. That's exactly what he would say. But you're right. When I listen to Uncle Barry now, like, I'm thinking like he's flipped that. Now he's like, maybe if I get you just into the digital app, maybe that's good enough. Like, right? Like, I don't. And the funnel is just a lower tier of the digital app.
Yeah, well, and that's the only place you're seeing growth, really, is the app.
Right.
I mean, it's like, and it's not profitable.
Right.
So something's got to give, and I think they're looking at it pretty hard and saying, okay, look, you aren't going to have the full-blown content on this app. You're going to have it in piecemeal, and that's the way it's going to be delivered.
Yeah, I'm looking in the chat, and David just said that Bob Tremore did a YouTube video of like possible options for tiered pricing. Like, I'll have to check that out because I'm like thinking that too, David. I'm like, yeah, what are the possibilities there? What are the thoughts on what that'll be? I can't wait to see it, but more importantly,
I bet you it's like, $10-12 for base and then $5
think so?
and everything on. I think I don't know. That's what I would do.
Dang, I like that, though.
You want the bike? It's like, whatever the base price is. You want the tread? Okay, another $5. You want the rower? Another $5.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like you get basic. You add on.
I don't know if it's me or you, Danielle, but you're breaking up.
I think it's Danielle's phone.
Oh, okay.
It's not coming through.
Yeah, but
Also,
go ahead, Shelley.
Jennifer Jacobs did a video on how to get Beachbody on the Peloton.
Yeah, I know she's been like using that aspect of like, here's our content, and use that on that hardware, and it's there's a process, and you don't get the metrics, but I thought it was I thought it was for her. I thought that was a great thing for her to like tell her followers do this. I'm wondering, like, you keep hearing Uncle Barry talk about, we want to get on, if people want to use it on the hardware, we want to make sure that we entertain that and we support that. So that makes me think, like, what is that going to mean? Like, you would think you would want it to be an easier experience than what Jennifer Jacobs, is showing in her video.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like complicated.
Right.
Yeah.
You think you'd want it to be like a simple thing. I got this other bike, and you do this simple thing, and now I have this, and I have some form of metrics, and so he's saying they're going to do that. So I can't wait to see what it is. I'm really interested to see how that works. Yeah, we'll see. It's definitely a new kind of mindset. Historically it was like buy the bike, buy the bike, buy the bike. Now it's like buy the app and a la carte, all this other stuff. It's going to be a whole different paradigm. So will be interesting. Oh, let's see. Okay. I see you, Danielle, in the chat. She said, yeah, it was her breaking up. And what were you talking about? Let's see. One price for basic, then add on sports. Yeah, like cable. Yeah, that's what Sheldon was thinking. I think you're right. That makes sense to me. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that flies. But I really do like the strategy. I really do like, what he was talking about in the earnings call. One thing I don't like, y'all tell me if I'm tripping, but the presentation of the call, maybe I just got to I got so used to the extravagance.
It was trash, dude. It was trash. I'm like, you ain't showing your leads with digital shit until you change that game a little.
The fire alarm was a work of art, though, in there. That was perfectly timed.
You feel me? The fire alarm went off, and then I was sitting there in suspense. I'm like, are they going to really kind of just march out of the room to go to their locations for the fire alarm?
I think the guy that was like the host had like it sounded like the fire alarm needed a battery. You hear it chirp every once in a while. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard
it. Was that. Like whenever he came on, like to say, we'll take the next question. And then you'd hear like a little chirp of the fire alarm in the background. Like, I think it's his alarm and needs a battery or something.
I was like sitting in suspense. I was like, oh, snap. The fire alarm. Uncle Barry was like, oh, that's the fire alarm. And I was like, oh, snap. I'm just sitting there listening. I'm like, oh, is they going to come back? And then like 10 seconds, 15 seconds pass. And all of a sudden, yeah, you hear the moderator. We will take the next question. Oh, snap. I guess they didn't walk out. I thought the whole thing was hilarious. That's hilarious. The presentation of the earnings call, I think I just got used to. John Foley would have like that. We're looking at it in a PDF, but that whole earnings, investor document looked like it was on high gloss paper. You know what I'm saying? Like full color with graphics. Every time it came out, there was a different instructor in a different pose at the top of the presentation, right? It was like they distributed that, for high visibility, right? Now Uncle Barry comes out and it looks like somebody put that together on some Epson Select Tech typewriter, you know what I'm saying? And ain't no pictures. And then he comes in with what's her name, the CFO, Miss Coddington, and they just sound like they just showed up, and they're like, "What we about to do, y'all?" Like it just doesn't feel it's polished anymore. Is it just me?
Hey, colored pictures, cost a lot more money to print, so they're saving every penny they can there.
I was just gonna say that. I was gonna say that high gloss papers, but I don't have no damn money now.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it looked like when John Foley was doing this, it looked like they hired out a photographer to come in to take the instructor photos, and then they went through the process of selecting the right one, and then they worked on editing it so it had the right lighting and hue and everything, and that's what they put at the top of the earnings report. Like they were serious about it. And Uncle Barry's like, nah, dog, look, just sketch this out with some pencil and throw that on the screen. It's like a whole different thing. I don't know. Maybe I just got spoiled.
His grandkids put it together.
You know what I'm saying? Let's type this up. Y'all listen to me. Just type this up. Pull out that typewriter. Just type this up. Like that's what it feels like. I don't know. I'm gonna let it go.
You may be able to use the dot matrix.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Okay, I'll stop hating. I'm just saying. That's how it feels. But the stuff he's talking about, I love. I'm just saying that presentation. I just got used to the over-the-top John Foley presentation. I got used to it. I mean, dang. Can't feed me filet mignon and then come in here with some top ramen. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I'll let it go. Because he's talking good stuff. I like it. So I'll let it go. Until next earnings call. All right, next topic. Y'all gonna have to help me with this one. I ain't done no research on it. I don't know nothing about it. I know what's going on right now. It started at like 7:30. Cody Rigsby's new LOL Cody series. You know, and is it like a class? Is it like a YouTube thing? Like, what is that?
It is a class. Everyone is wearing blue in the class,
Oh,
besides Cody, Trixie, and Matt Wilpers, who Matt Wilpers is in the crowd currently wearing a wig.
oh snap!
And Trixie and Cody are both on bikes up on the stage.
Oh snap! Liz in the chat saying, answering my question. She's like, no one knows. But we know now. Okay, it's a class. Wow, it sounds interesting. Wow. Well, I mean, the way they advertised it, it felt like the start to broader kind of a different media thing. But now it just sounds like it was just an interesting, creative way to advertise something they already do on the platform. Do I have that right?
I agree.
It's just like a updated version of XOXO Cody,
So, yeah,
in my opinion.
Okay.
With a big PR press
exactly.
to go around it.
Okay.
Yeah, instead of giving dating advice, he's probably going to give other advice.
All right. So y'all gonna have to wait a minute. But now I just heard your voice, Courtney. My bad. I hadn't seen you and I hadn't said hello. What's going on? How you doing?
Oh, not much good. I was just listening, listening in. I had asked to come on stage just to comment that I did take the Kendrick Lamar shadowboxing class with
Oh,
Kendall, and that was really good, like really, really good too. I
yeah.
was able to make that live within my workday, but
I
yeah,
love Kendall.
for the Cody, yeah, I mean,
I
yes.
love
And
Kendall.
then these shadow boxing again just has me primed and ready to be on Peloton security whenever they call me.
I love Kendall. Kendall always been so cool to me. Oh my goodness. Well, we're both from Cali and we got something in common, but she always cool. I love Kendall. She's the bomb. But that's good. That sound. But shadow boxing. That just sounds like fun. That's cool. So you like that class?
Yeah, yeah, I like that class, and I was going to, I was concerned with all the outages that I was going to miss the clubhouse and take the ride and not be able to get in. So my strategy was just to wait till they put the LOL Cody on demand and take it in the morning.
You just brought up an interesting point. How many people are going to be thinking proactively to do that because of the past issues? You know what I mean?
So this one's...
Go ahead, Chris.
Sorry, John. I was going to say, this one's actually pre-recorded.
Oh, okay.
They recorded this one earlier in the week, so this one's actually going to drop on demand in about 4 minutes, the second it ends airing the
Yeah,
first time.
yeah,
So
that's what I
I
meant.
imagine that because it's pre-recorded, there's a smaller chance of technical issues.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we were saying that, but then someone in the chat said that they could not get in. So my strategy was just to let the folks encore it, and then I can like take it like after it encores, after it's over, which I've already worked out today. I did the Kendrick Lamar boot camp with Jess based on the issues that happened yesterday. So I was just going to take it in the morning and form my opinions for the next clubhouse.
Hold on, Ariel. You said Matt Wilpers is on his third wig. What in the world is going on up in there? What? I gotta check this out. So y'all got me all interested to see what's going on. And is it just a ride, or are they like doing a dialogue? Is it like a talk show thing? What's happening in there? Anybody know?
They are spinning their legs and talking. I don't know how much structure is being called out though,
Oh,
but
okay.
they are spinning their legs on the bike the entire time.
And they're spinning their legs and they're having conversation.
They are.
Okay. Well, maybe
I assume their mouths are moving. I'm not actually listening, but
all right. So maybe it is something new. Maybe it is something different. But I don't. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I was really excited
But I
when I
mean,
saw the ad.
in the XOXO Cody classes, he would, like take a section in the middle and be spinning, but he was doing mostly like talking or like reading off of like the advice cards, and you were kind of in a cool down. So,
Okay. So it's
I think
probably
it's
like that.
just an elevated. Yeah, I think, at least from what I'm understanding and, kind of watching, that's what it seems to be like, more of a, I don't know, like low impact ride where you're like exercising and entertainment at the same time, which to me, what the LOL Cody rides for, the XOXO Cody, I didn't put in a whole lot of work. I just came in for the entertainment with Cody, to be
Right.
honest. It
Yeah.
wasn't like a working class for, like it was, I was, pedaling, like, Chris said, spinning their legs, but I wasn't in there to hustle like Alex.
That's what we used to do with like the Jess King experience classes. Like we weren't really in there to hustle. We just were there to like hang out and see what Jess King and John Michael were talking about. And so that sounds similar. Okay.
Yeah, so like they started out with a structure of sorts. Cody got up, did a little dance break kind of thing. They brought up the second bike while he was doing his little thing on the side. They spoke, they went to the bikes, and then they've been chatting. There is structure, like there's a program class, but they're just not really putting it all out there.
So who was like me when I saw the ad for it? The first thing that came to my mind was that looks like a commercial that I would see on like E or something. You know what I mean? Like I was, they would be like advertising some coming show, and like it looked like a network television type thing, the ad, which is why my mind then went to, wow, are they about to are they looking to kind of take this somewhere else? Did anybody else think that? No.
Oh, absolutely. I thought it was a Bravo show. It's what it looked like, like
Right.
Real Housewives or something. Like I forget the guy's name. Who's the Andy something? Is that right?
I
The
don't
guy
know
that
the
Andy
hosts
name,
Cohen.
that.
but I
Yeah,
know what you're talking about.
Andy Cohen.
Right.
yeah, him. That's
Yeah.
the first thing that popped in my mind.
Right.
So like the intro was pre-recorded, like the show with the bright colors and all that stuff, and where he's saying like on the left is this, on the right is this. That was all pre-recorded like a show, and then they just came and started on the bike.
I'm trying to figure out how they take these things and like port them to another like platform. Maybe that just isn't what this is, and I just saw the ad and that gave me that mindset. But maybe this really is just something that has to stay on this platform. But you understand what I'm
I think they're
saying?
going the I think they're going the opposite direction, and they're just taking the ads to things that work better in other platforms to get people to come back to the quote unquote, this isn't a regular class, but whatever the special class is, which is still a class.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Okay. I guess that's cool. Yeah, I was hoping they were trying to go the other way. But yeah, that makes sense. Maybe that's what they're doing. They're just trying to bring people to this platform for this type of content. Like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, and I think that, you see that with, our future selves, with Ashton Kutcher
On the
earlier.
leaderboard.
Yep, on the leaderboard, and then earlier with, like the Usain Bolt, was with Jess, and the Jonas brother with Olivia. So I think that they are bringing, really leaning into, at least in my opinion, that the workout should be fun in order to attract people, maintain people, retain folks, to say like it can be entertaining and fun, and it doesn't have to be super serious in order to move. So that's just kind of what I'm getting from it.
I'm looking at the chat and I'm not. I see Brandy. I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to, but I see you say, "Yep, that YouTube move was not good." And I kind of thought, if you're talking about the same thing as me, I agree with that. I didn't know what was going on with the stuff on YouTube. I don't think it ever hit. If that's what you're talking about, I agree with that. Like porting stuff to YouTube, like it was gonna bring something. Like I never thought that worked. So I don't know. Did anybody agree with that? Did anybody start when they just had stuff on YouTube? Was people like checking that out? Remember the Olivia, or I can't even remember what that series was when they were doing YouTube
Yeah,
stuff
I forgot
only.
what it was. Yeah,
On the
I
leaderboard.
watched
Oh,
it.
on the leaderboard.
Yeah, it was called On the Leaderboard. Yeah, I watched it. Um, and I was like, okay. But
Right?
when you have like, yeah, but like I can run and talk with like virtually, with Alex, and I can see like Alice and Felix like while I'm working out. Like it just felt more authentic in this space, and
Right.
not like, does that make sense? Like if we are
Yes.
doing these entertainment things, then we should be doing it on these, machinery to make it like, okay, this doesn't have to be a hard, double yellow Robin type of boot camp bike situation. Like this can just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna move. I'm just gonna sit here, move my legs, walk, etc., and enjoy the workout.
Right.
And I felt like it rang for me a little bit more truer, more enjoyable, our future selves versus the on the leaderboard, because the idea was that you work out as this is going on.
Is this like
My
a
only problem with on the leaderboard, I was just gonna say, I hated that they put it across modalities. So like if they're on the tread, you take the class on the tread. If you don't have a tread, well then take it walking outside. But why are you taking a tread class while sitting on a bike? Like I just thought that was stupid. That was my only complaint. Like it just was dumb.
Right. I'm interested. I'm sorry, Shelly. You gonna say something? Oh, okay. I'm interested in. Do other connected fitness companies do they do this type of stuff? Or is it very like are their platforms very strict to just like intense or like fitness, and they're not trying to bring the entertainment thing? Like I'm wondering about like Echelon, Sheldon. Like do they have
Yeah,
classes
sure.
where?
They do. Not quite to like this. I mean, they do like they'll have celebrities on or whatever, and they'll do like a ride. It's an easy ride with them. They'll
Right.
do like musical based, like they'll do Wicked. They'll have a Wicked theme ride, and those aren't as intense usually.
Right.
So there's some entertainment aspect to it. And if they do things though, like interviews or something like that, they'll do it kind of not on the bike
Got it.
or the tread or whatever. This is again, I didn't see this, so I only saw the perception of what it was.
Right.
It certainly had a lot of feeling like it. I didn't honestly think it was going to be on a bike when I saw it. I thought it was like literally a talk show when I
That's
saw
what
the
I
ad for
thought.
it.
Right.
Yeah, so that maybe knowing what it is now, maybe it's a little closer. So I don't know. I'd have to see it to compare. But yeah, they actually does some of that stuff. It's not as obviously not as much. You don't do as many things like that. But when you and I talked about this, it's like where is that line between fitness and entertainment?
That's where I'm at.
And it's okay. I think it's okay to have entertaining fitness. I don't want entertainment with a side of fitness. That was the only thing I would question. Again, without seeing it, I can't make a judgment. I just it was all we had. All I had was the imagery, not the actual class. So I can't speak to it.
Right. Go
And
ahead, Chris.
Hydro does some of the entertainment as well. They did a whole series with Kevin Hart. I mean, he's an investor in it, but they had a
Right.
series with him on one of the rowers, kind of with an interview / thing as well.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So I guess some
It did
do
say
it.
Courtney Kardashian on a row or something too, didn't they? I don't know
That
if she
was
was actually
recent.
part or just
It
an
was
ad
it
or
was
Yeah,
something.
Chloe.
Oh,
It was
Chloe.
Chloe. Yeah,
Sorry.
I
Chloe
don't know
Tate.
if that's made it to a class yet, though. Like the Kevin
Right.
Hart thing was
Right.
literally a class you could take, similar to this XOXO Cody thing.
I'm looking at
And
the
Apple Fitness does the walks with people.
And
and
Tonal has celebrities too, right?
so I guess they all do it to some degree. It feels like Peloton takes it a little further. I know. I see in the chat, Courtney, like it seems like you're saying like you kind of like what they're doing from a
Yeah,
fitness and
I just
entertainment
yeah.
perspective.
Yes, I just like the intersection where they're sitting at. I think it is still fitness. Like, Cody can get a little bit distracted, but I even think of like the artist series, like, with Lizzo, they were still calling out numbers or, like Tunde's Kendrick Lamar class. It was so hard. She sweated out her edges. I was like, ma'am, you don't have to, I don't need to get close to heaven's brink.
You
Like,
know what I mean?
I'm not ready. I got things I still need to do on earth.
Right? Right?
But I forget, and I think it was Jamila in the chat about the podcast as a walk that Tunde did. So for me, it's making things like entertainment, like podcasts, things that we would probably do sitting or sedentary,
Right.
getting us moving and active with it. And I just really like that intersection. Also, not every day, every workout do I need to like Tunde. I don't want to see Jesus enlightened every single time. Sometimes I just want to take it low impact, but I don't really want to take a low impact class. But Saturday is kind of my rest recovery day, so I'm gonna make it an active recovery. I'm gonna sit here and kiki with Cody as I'm sipping on my
I get
on my
that.
water.
I get that. But
So
I'm
that's just for me, it's like a good, I don't know, it just provides a good balance. And then also fitness, I feel for some people can be intimidating.
right.
So if you kind of sit at that intersection where it's entertaining and fun with fitness, then it makes it to me a little bit broader reaching and more accessible than like a double yellow robin 20-minute core class.
Well, here's where I think that makes a lot of sense. Like, okay, now you have all these classes, and you're just here to grind, and then there's this other content that you can see out there, and it's just kind of an easy thing, and it's meant to be a more relaxing thing and a more entertaining thing. And they're just like very distinct and disparate things, and the platform offers both of those things. That makes sense to me. But I hear this often, where people kind of see Peloton and the instructors as more, even those classes that aren't intended to be for that purpose, they've got a good amount of intent around entertainment. And I tend to hear that complaint often, which is odd to me in that I used to be one of those people that, and I still am, that constantly was like, well, if it ain't fun, I ain't doing it. And so this is going to have to be fun. We got to figure out how to make this fun. And if I can make it fun, then I'm going to exercise. And that just is what it is. I mean, I'm not one of those people that's just going to sit there and be in pain. And just because I'm disciplined, I'm going to keep doing it. No, I'm going to figure out a way to make it fun, to make me do it. And I still work with that. But do they have, when you hear these complaints, is there like legitimacy to Peloton has taken the celebrity entertainment factor and woven it into just the general persona of the person in the class? Have they taken that too far or no? Does that make any sense? And I ask like the craziest question ever. Like, I'm wondering, because I hear people talk about that all the time, like complaints about that.
Again, John, I think they're just where will the line be?
Right.
You know, I just think, look, they're pushing barriers. They're certainly trying to create something for everyone. I think it's like at some point, if you get too Hollywood,
Yeah.
you're going to lose the people that maybe are more committed to real fitness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm saying it with a little tongue in cheek, right?
Yeah.
I think it'll start to get a little campy, and people will start to say, oh, you know, such and such and such and such. But I don't know. I mean, look, they provide plenty of solid fitness content. So
Right.
we're having a debate here for the sake of it. But
Right.
you know, but if that becomes the forefront of it, it becomes fitness-tainment, right?
Right.
Or you know, and will that detract people from joining it versus something else?
That's where I'm at.
I don't know, right? I think, you know, do I want to take this seriously and get a hard workout from Sergeant Slaughter, the gym rat, or do I want to get it from Hollywood Cody? I mean, I think that's where it depends what they put for first and foremost.
Right.
Yeah, I think that runs a risk.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
That's where I'm at. Like, I'm wondering if I like this stuff, you know, I'm just going to pick what I'm going to pick. And, you know, so it is what it is. But it makes me wonder, because I hear those complaints so often, it makes me wonder, is there a point where it negatively affects them? Right? Like that, you know?
I don't know. My granddaddy used to say people will complain that water is wet. So
That ain't no lie.
I just think that, you know, that people will complain just for the sake of complaining.
Yep.
But when I look at the broader content, most of their content is hard workouts. And so I think it's okay to take a creative, you know, license and add in these specialty classes, also just to kind of break the density of, you know, of it up.
Yeah.
So I think there's a way to have some like harmony with both.
Right.
But I agree, not leaning too far into entertainment, but I think also just kind of having things special, things different, these kind of series that they have. I think it gives the people something a little bit different. And it also takes the edge off of having to go so hardcore all the time.
Right.
I think too, the people who kind of get caught up in the larger than life personalities of some of the instructors like Cody, and they're like, oh, I can't take his class for this, that reason or the other, because they find it to be more of an entertainment class, then they really haven't taken his classes, because Cody's classes aren't easy.
They sure ain't.
So you
Right, like
you ain't never lied.
Right.
You ain't never
They
lied.
need to take a boot camp.
You ain't never
His
lied.
boot camps are easy. Not his boot camp. His boot camps are so easy.
His
regular
bike
classes
classes
are
used
not
to
easy.
beat my butt. So I no
His
doubt.
bike classes are no joke. He loves the climb. He loves the heavy climb. Like, so, you know, you can put in some serious work with Cody. So for the
No
people
doubt.
who kind of get hung up on like the persona that is Cody, they're missing it. Because like you could get a workout and still have this crazy persona. And if you don't like that, then you have the other instructors who are a little bit more toned down. You've got Christine and you've got Matt. Like, they're a little bit more toned down, so then you don't have to have that larger than life personality.
Totally don't disagree. I think it's more though, what do they put front foremost
Right.
as their marketing, or what do they put front as the face of their organization?
That
And
their
that,
servers work.
yeah, well, yeah, right, exactly. I should get that right first. But I mean, just from the marketing perspective, someone making a decision may see the person, oh, there's the one that does books and podcasts. There's the one that does, it could make it difficult for someone that doesn't have the experience with the organization to make a different choice.
Yeah.
That's all. I think that's the biggest risk, if there is any. We're doing this for conversation.
I got a question, and I see it in the chat. Someone asked the question about Tunde and the podcast. Was that just an experiment? It never came back, right? Are we just not back to wherever her season is supposed to start? Like, what happened with that? Does anybody know? No? I don't know what happened.
I just know they said it was a season. They called it a season, so I guess they haven't said if it's renewed or not yet.
Right.
But I mean, it did sound like it wasn't going to be a year-round thing.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it...
Well, she became a New York Times bestselling author. So
Okay, maybe she ain't got
I don't
time for
know.
all that no more.
She ain't got time for us right now.
I'm saying she ain't got time for
But
all
they
that.
also didn't say Tunde was going to be the host every season.
Ooh, dang. I hadn't even thought about that. That's a good point.
All right, Pello TMZ.
You know he's official now, right? You know that, right, Courtney? You know it's official. You know.
I
We're still on that? We're still on that?
Yes, Chris. You are like Peloton.
We will be on
CIA.
that forever, Chris.
Okay.
It's not going
Peloton
away.
CIA over here.
You know it's official now. You know this, right, Courtney? Like, we know for sure now. He was just being quoted in like every major outlet there.
Yeah,
but it started
being
with
like modest.
right. He being all
humble,
modest and
which
everything.
is so
right.
beautiful
You know,
and all of that. But
you
ain't
know.
none of the rest of us getting quoted by national news.
You know what I'm
outlets.
saying? We already knew Chris was a good guy. We didn't need to know all that. We already knew that. But now TMZ coming out here quoting him, you know what I'm saying? ESPN, like all these people. So now it's official. You know what I mean? He is Peloton.
I mean, but did we know that he was a good guy?
I mean, we already kind of knew that.
That's debatable.
Oh, man. Uh-oh.
Danielle, we talked about that last time you weren't here when we were talking about the rower, all the rower information I shared last time.
That's right.
And this is why I said you're debatable.
Fair, totally fair.
But yeah, we confirmed all that. That's he done own that trophy right now. He done figured that out. But okay, let's see. What do we have next? Because we only got 14 minutes. I want to make sure we get some of these things in. Let's see. What do we got next? A yearly membership? I think I got that from you, Chris. Peloton talking about doing a yearly membership. That was interesting to me. I'm like, for the digital, right? They're talking about it for digital. And now we know they're doing tiers. I think they said the yearly membership thing before the earnings call. So we didn't have all these details with regard to tiers. But the idea of I'm not giving you $12.99 a month. I'm not giving you, I don't know, $130, and now I don't have to worry about this monthly thing. Like, I actually kind of liked that idea. I was like, would that get people in, and they don't have to worry about these people dropping in a couple seconds, and so they're thinking that will help with their numbers?
I mean, every other company, it seems, or a lot, how many companies out there do offer you that yearly option? And, I imagine there might be a small discount to go with it to give you that incentive.
Right.
Because, why are you going to sign up for that year unless you're saving $1 a month when you're doing it? There's no reason to do that.
Right.
So.
I liked the whole idea. I was like, how come they didn't do that before? Like, that makes a whole lot of sense to me. Like, yeah, yearly with a discount. Like, yeah. So, I'm loving that. What's going on, Jessica? The marathoner, what's happening? We're going to have to see you. You're going to be out there this weekend, right? Uh-oh, you breaking up. You breaking nervous. Up. You nervous? Oh, you breaking up, Jessica. We can't hear you.
And that's where I'm driving.
Oh, you driving?
Bad.
Oh, that's all right.
I was saying I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
Oh, you're nervous, but you're excited. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm excited to go down there. I'm excited to cheer y'all on. I ain't running with y'all. Y'all crazy. But I'm going to be cheering all y'all on. Be out there with the cowbell And me and Tammy gonna be out there, and Danielle, and we gonna get our cheer on. So I mean, y'all are inspirational in that you're even kind of out here taking this on. So I appreciate the inspiration. So we'll be cheering y'all on. What's going on, Niecy?
Hi, Unc. I
What's
just
happening?
wanted to. Well, I came off the LOL Cody ride. It's basically gay power zone.
Okay, okay, okay.
I'm like, yo, I'm not a steady state type of bitch, and
Yeah.
you really want me to die. I was like, we're dying.
Okay.
I was like, we're just gonna stay in this like zone for like. He's like, we're gonna be here for a minute and a half. We're gonna be here for 3 minutes.
Oh snap.
Cody's wild for this. Absolutely not. It was funny. It was cute, but I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, literally like power zone, but gay. I was like, baby, we can't. No,
Well, you would
this is
think.
Not
the
gay
only way
power
you can
zone.
con me into doing steady state work is bribe me with lulls.
Okay,
Bribe me because I
That
can't.
sounds amazing, though.
but it
No,
makes
you're that.
sense.
I literally thought of you, Jessica. I was like, you're gonna die because it has literally your Matt Bay in 5011 wigs.
Oh, hell yes.
Oh my! They literally have
That
Matt
is
playing
euphoria.
Smasher Pass with Disney princesses.
Oh, yes.
Dang.
I cannot wait.
Foolishness, absolute
Just straight
foolishness.
Cannot
foolishness.
wait.
Just straight foolishness
It's
going
so
on.
funny. Like if Cody is nothing but a good time,
Yeah.
so I was enjoying the entire time from like the content. It was just the actual call outs with violence. Because I was like, what do you mean you want us to hold 70 resistance for an hour, Cody? What
Oh,
you
that's
mean?
delicious. That's delicious.
Oh
That's my
damn.
kind of ride.
Oh
Nah,
snap.
it was like the call outs are wild. I was
Uh-uh.
like, sir. And then Matt will ask Cody, he was like, oh, we need you on Power Zone. He's like, absolutely not. The math will not be mathing. Like it was a joy.
Well, it
It's
makes
hard as
sense.
shit though.
It makes sense that it would be like that, right? Because it sounded like they were having conversation and they entertaining, so they would probably put you on some and leave you there for a minute. That's what it sounds
Basically,
like.
he was like, we sending it and forgetting it like you rotisserie chicken. It was absolute foolishness. Like I enjoyed the shit out of it.
Dang.
But my legs were, I was like, I cannot do this ride and be on Clubhouse. So I will do it and then come on. Also, I got FOMO.
Yeah.
So there was no way I was going to wait.
Yeah.
But baby, my legs are toast.
Niecy said
Yeah, I
they
gotta
setting
wait
it
for
and
that.
forgetting it like rotisserie chicken. God damn.
I'm dead.
So that needs to be the
That
tagline for
sounds
the
wonderful.
next installment. Like
Okay.
that needs to be the tagline
That
for their next installment.
that's what it
Steph.
need to be. They setting it and forgetting it. Like I don't, you know what? I'm gonna be fronting on that one. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be on there fronting like I have them numbers. I ain't gonna be doing none of them numbers because that sound
I
dangerous.
did want to
Calling
circle
Matt a
back
freak
to
in the
your.
Excel spreadsheets. Like this was foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dead. I wanted to circle back about the yearly subscription.
Yes.
I think that it's a great idea. And
Right.
sorry, my phone was breaking up before.
No worries.
And also, a lot of people tend to stay on yearly subscription. How many times you gonna be like, "Yo, I'm gonna cancel this Amazon Prime. I don't need this," and then you forget,
Right.
and then they hit you with it. God dang it!
All the
You know what I
damn
mean? So
time.
if
Ooh, I do that
Every
all the
all
year.
the
time.
time,
Ooh, I do that all
every
the
single
time.
year, you're like, they're never gonna get me again, and then
Right.
you forget about it.
Yep.
And so I feel like subscription numbers will go up because of this yearly thing, and especially if they're offering that little cut. So I think it's
Right.
smart. That's what Beachbody does. And every year I'm like, you know what? Maybe I don't need to do both, but I'm still here.
See what I'm
So
Sorry,
saying?
did you just
that's
say
smart.
Amazon? Did you
I
say
need it.
Amazon's buying Peloton and they're selling the annual subscription now? Is that what you just said?
Wow,
I think
that
it
is
You're
is.
wow,
so
wow.
now
Oh
you out
snap.
here
Oh
spreading
snap. Oh
lies.
snap.
Man, now you spilling tea, Chris.
Oh snap. Oh wow. You threw me on that one. I
No,
was like,
I
what?
have an accounting
Just
question. I have
Oh,
an accounting question because isn't that better from a cash flow standpoint because you can predict year over year?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
was just gonna
absolutely.
say, I work at a boutique yoga studio, and that helps them. We sell annual memberships because you're getting your money for the whole year today. So then you can continue to build your margin for people that are month to month. We
Right.
offer an annual membership, plus they get like a $250 credit on their account that they can use to do gift cards for others at the boutique, workshops, etc. So I would do it if they were like, oh, and by the way, here's $250 for Peloton apparel. Like I would do it like just right away because I'm gonna work out. It's worth it, saves me cash, maybe I get a benefit.
That makes sense. I was wondering from like a forecasting standpoint, from a like
Right.
business operation standpoint. I'm curious if businesses that offer, annual memberships, like how does that look for investors, right? Because
Right.
obviously Amazon got me
It
by the
looks good. Yeah,
by the
like
ovaries.
Oh, Amazon got
And
me.
so you know what I mean? Like they got me when I was
Oh, they
in
got me.
college and they were like, here's your free Prime membership.
Right.
And it's been 10 plus years and
Right.
they finessed me.
Yep.
So I'm just curious, like how many people would switch over, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if they're going to be partnering with any credit card companies for rebates, right? Like for example, who was it in the chat? I think Brandy in the chat was like, "Oh yeah, the HBO Max just switch over." And best believe when Amex was giving me a rebate
Mm-hmm.
for switching, I did it because I
Right.
was like, "Oh yeah, I get $50 of the $130 back for my annual subscription," and I know that that's Amex paying HBO that fee, right? Because that's their
Mm-hmm.
part of the partnership. They're going to get the money regardless. So I'm curious if there are plans by Peloton to partner with any credit institutions to try to entice folks to switch over to that
Don't they
membership as
already
well.
do that
Didn't
though?
they have a partnership
Chase
with? I was just you took
Chase
it out of my
Sapphire
mouth.
Reserve
Chase.
does it. Yeah,
Right.
Chase
Yeah.
Sapphire Reserve does it. They give you I think 200 and something dollars towards your annual membership.
Right.
If and then also that's if you have the full service, and if you have just the digital it's different. But then they were also running a special which they're not doing anymore, which bummed me out because of the whole rower situation, is that they would give you 10 times back in miles or points
Right.
with any Peloton equipment purchase.
I
When they
knew I
first
could trust
dropped
a
it,
banker,
well,
people.
well, that I'm a big shopper. But when they first had said 10 times back on your Peloton purchases, I thought it meant boutique because Lord knows I'd be swimming in all the points. But no, it
Damn.
was just for equipment. But they don't do that anymore. But they do give you I think it's up to $250 back for your full membership, and then and as soon as it goes as soon as it renews, you just won't get charged from Peloton
I
for the
know.
first however many things. But
I
yeah,
know
Chase
that.
Sapphire Reserve does that.
I
But
know
it's
that.
not per year. That's a one-time use thing,
Oh, gotcha.
right?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
It's
not
not
you get to.
annual.
No, it's not annual. It's a one-time
Oh,
uh, thing, as far as I know.
You know, another thing that was
I have to look at
interesting.
my statement. But okay.
Another thing that was interesting about that whole Chase Sapphire thing is, I found out after it occurred. I think when they announced it, they talked about like special, events or deals or something. Didn't they have like special meet instructor events that were part of that whole deal?
Yep, I remember that too.
Yes.
Remember
They
that?
did.
Yep.
That's why I thought it was only that and not like a statement credit.
Yeah, like they had multiple things going on, but the whole special event thing was like I read it when I first read about it. I heard all the statement credit stuff first and the discounts. I saw that was the primary stuff they mentioned. But this whole special event thing was like at the bottom. I didn't pay no attention to it till all of a sudden I was hearing from people, yeah, I'm going to this deal over here to see so and so. I'm like, what? That's my Chase Sapphire thing. I thought that was slick. And I'm sure it helped get people
That
to
was
kind of,
super smart.
you know what I
Yeah, and
mean?
it helped. I'm sure they'll do something else when it comes to the annual. But I
Right.
think the annual is genius.
I
It
agree.
really, especially for cash flow.
Oh, yeah. I think they should have been done that a long time ago. See, that's the thing. Like, I like all this stuff Uncle Barry is doing. I think he's doing some good stuff. I really do.
I don't know about all the stuff. You stretch that word a little too
I went a
long.
little
Yeah,
too
you
far with
you
that.
really
I went
I
too far with
exaggerate.
that. Yeah.
I appreciate some of the stuff
Yeah.
that he's doing.
Because again, he's gonna do both and. You know what I mean? Like, how you gonna be a premium brand and then be bargain basement? You can't be both.
But he working. You right. I mean, if you
Like you're burning the
align,
candle at both ends.
if you
Pick a
align,
struggle.
if you align with the legacy, this is aspirational. If you align with that, anybody who aligned with that back in the day, I'm sure they sitting here going, "What the hell is going on?" But
Yeah, but I don't know. I just felt like it was only aspiration because it was the only game in town,
yeah, yeah.
right? The people pull back the curtain.
But they
it's
sold the
fitness.
dream, Sheldon.
It's connected. They did it. They sold the dream. I get it, but I just don't think it's something that if they try to be this super premium brand, it's not a premium market.
Yeah, that's
People
the
don't want to
problem.
pay that.
There's the
People don't
problem
want to
right
pay it.
there.
You
There's
want to
the
be
problem.
the Rolls Royce when people want to buy a reliable Toyota Corolla, or maybe they'll get the Lexus. They don't want the Mercedes Benz.
You know how many people
Well,
they had walking around here, you know what I'm saying? And like being able to turn their nose up because they had this Peloton. I mean, it was like they sold this dream, right?
Child.
But
You
this
feel
is
me?
right.
Y'all know that.
and
The
But
you're not going to
content
get
is
failed
king.
in
The content is
Apple
king.
and Android products, right?
Right.
So like Apple has successfully, at least from its ecosystem, right, has successfully sold their premium product as a utility, which is why once you're in the system, you basically just keep buying everything Apple. Because I am lazy,
Okay, me
right?
too.
Like, yeah, I could figure shit out. I can configure it. I don't want to. AirPlay has me by the chokehold. I don't want to think. Let me just automatically integrate everything. They only just put personalization. I don't even care about that nut. I want to be able to look at an Apple product and look at it and know how to use it, right? Like
I
that's the
don't think
beauty
this
of
was. I don't think
iOS
that was
system.
this though. I think this was like when back in. This is like back in the '90s, and maybe it still happens now. This is like when everybody wanted the Beamer, and then BMW just started making smaller and smaller ones so that you could buy the Dream on a discount. To me, this was like people were like buying the what is it the
You
presence
mean
of
like
it.
it's like the baby Benz, right? You get a
Right,
C class,
right. This
and then that stupid A class, which that shit was ugly. That was dumb.
you know.
Sorry, I'm a Mercedes Benz girl.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
shit is dumb.
Stuff start looking like Hondas. But I'm just saying, that's what it was. And that is just done. The market doesn't
The
allow
thing
for it no
Yeah,
more.
well,
is,
you're not going to get to 100 million members without changing something, and they're saying 100 million members today, so that's still the goal.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
That's right. That's what that stuff is done. And so I hear people complaining about it, but like I feel the same way as y'all. It's like, that's over. Like that's gone. That was back when. We ain't going back there. But I remember when it was like that. That was, it was interesting. People wearing their Peloton stuff. They got they a Peloton person. It was like a status thing, yo. I remember.
You were elite,
You
honey.
was
Ooh, you
elite.
got a
You
Peloton?
know what I'm
I
saying?
think some people still think that way, though.
I think you're right.
I feel like some people really still think
I
that, though.
still think that way. I still think that way. I don't care what y'all say.
Especially if they find out
Honest.
that you have more than one piece of equipment.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
remember those
You
days?
got a guide, you got a
You
tread,
got
you got
two
a
of them?
bike. You know what I think? Oh, you got $5,000 sitting over there in a room. Period. Go ahead with your bad self.
See, y'all know what I'm
These
talking
days, that's
about.
just one tread.
Right.
I was like, that's only one
I'm
piece
bad
of
and
my
That's
bougie
just the
equipment.
that's just a
I
trend plus
know,
now.
but it's like you
It
are bad
is.
and bougie. Like, just look at you. I don't know you, but I love you. You have a tread, you
Okay.
have a bike, you have a tonal. I'm like, I need to
Well,
be on this
I got the
elite
same thing
athlete
John
status.
got.
But
But
She
that's
has
you
what
the
I'm
guide,
saying.
too, in
Like,
case you were wondering.
oh gosh,
Wow,
and a
wow,
guide.
well,
wow,
now they just throwing
wow.
She
your
also
business.
has she
They
also
just
has
throwing
the
your
rower.
they just throwing your business in the
Wow,
Yeah,
streets.
she
wow,
also
wow.
has a
Guys,
rower too.
guys.
They just
Yeah.
putting your
y'all
business
have
in
a
the
So the
streets.
thing,
house. Okay, y'all already got more money than me. I live in New York City. I got an
I
apartment.
don't know
So
what y'all
but
talking
that's
about.
We
that's
all
the
just got
point
called
though.
out.
Like, but that's elite athlete. That's elite athlete
I was like,
status.
y'all want
So
her tax statements too, Courtney? Shit.
no,
Nah, that's regular
no.
degular.
I don't need that.
But I'm just saying it's
I
just
was just
different
saying
now.
it's
It's different now. It ain't
I
the
still think
same.
it is still elite. Like, I still view it as elite because I still know people who don't have that level of quality of equipment. And especially if you have more than one modality or you're doing other things, other connected fitness, I think it's changed than what it used to be, but I don't necessarily view that change as negative.
Okay, I'll go with
I
that.
think it's
I'll
just,
go with and I agree with you. I agree that there is a presence that still exists of it and in certain
yeah, it's an
corners
evolution.
that I agree that but it ain't I remember early on,
It's not the same.
like if someone had two bikes, that was like unheard of. You must be a
You mean you,
Rockefeller.
John?
Like,
I
you got two
The fuck?
I was
subscriptions?
gonna
you
say
know what I
you
mean?
and
And
you.
someone. You
You.
mean you, John?
You was
What?
like a Rockefeller. You know what I'm saying?
It
You
used
had
to be
two.
You
$2,500 a
are like a
piece.
Yeah.
Rockefeller, John. Like, come on
First of
now.
all, you have the
You
projection
are.
Come on.
screen, so that by itself, you know what I'm saying? You on
Right.
another level.
I'm just gonna
I
try to
mean, they
tell
let
you.
you in.
when
We'll
I
let you
He
in the
got like a
studios
whole. He
without
got two
ID.
gyms in his house.
when
He
I
got
threw
two
Yeah.
gyms.
when
Come
I threw
on.
that screen out there, that was like 2016. Ain't nobody had seen that yet. When I threw that screen out there and was taking rides with that screen, I had all kind of people hitting me up thinking I was like, related to like Michael Jackson or something. I was like, what is y'all talking
You
about?
you
Sir, you big money.
you a movie producer. You're a
Your
movie
money
producer.
long, sir. Your money long.
I
Because
was
I
like,
was
what
like,
are y'all
oh, he
talking
got
about?
2 bikes and he got a big screen and he got a room for them. He don't got it next to his bed like me.
I was like, y'all is going crazy. What is y'all talking about? That is just a screen my kids used to watch movies on. That's all that is. I bought that on Amazon. What is y'all talking about?
I'm dead.
Right along with your specialty mic, right? You got that on Amazon too.
Yo, I
That
bought that on
specialty mic.
Amazon. That was on sale. What is y'all talking about?
Is that what you tell Erica
I got to say
when she asks
something.
where her stepper is? Is that what you say?
You
Oh, I
know,
got that on
you
Amazon.
know what I'm saying? I got to say something. That's my story. Anyway, I enjoy talking to y'all. I done took y'all over 4 minutes. And I'm going to go watch this LOL Cody thing because now y'all got me interested talking about all these
You're gonna go
wigs.
watch it.
Yeah,
Jesus,
you
let me
see
sign
that?
off.
You hear that? I'm going to watch it. I mean, they presented it like it was a show. I'm just saying. About to go check
If
that
you
out.
don't die and be in zone 4 like I was,
I
I swear
cannot
to God.
wait to take this class. I'm
I'm,
so excited.
Nah, it's like zone 3. But I was just like, this is trash. Like, why are we hitting 70 resistance, Cody? I get that we both big bitches, but come on now.
I'm going to be looking at the
Absolutely
leaderboard and
not.
seeing y'all in them zones. But, I ain't going to be in them zones. I'm going to see y'all on that leaderboard, though. I'm going to be cheering y'all on like I'm going to be doing at the marathon on Sunday. I'm going to be cheering y'all on the
Thank
leaderboard.
you.
You know what I mean?
Thank you. Pray for my nerves, y'all. Pray,
Oh,
pray.
you going to kill it.
You're gonna do great.
You going to do great.
Thank you.
I
You know
can't wait
why
to
you're
see.
gonna do great? Is because we all wake up and
Thank you,
see that
guys.
you are up at 4:30 in the morning
We see
putting in the
that.
work.
We see that.
And ain't nobody else up at 4:30 in the morning
because
but you. So
because I
you're
turn
gonna do
over
great.
and get my
Thanks.
phone off the nightstand and I see Jessica
And I know
Minardi working out and
Jess
know what I do
Minardi
then?
up
I put
working.
I put my phone back on the nightstand and I put the covers
Yep.
back over my head.
Yep.
You understand? That's what I be doing. I'm just gonna let you know, but I be like, go on,
John,
girl.
that's
Why are
accurate.
you
That's
like this?
accurate.
I be gone,
That's
girl.
accurate.
And then I turn over and go back to
I
sleep.
don't know why you're like this. I don't know
You
why.
understand? I be like, she is doing it. You better go. And then I be going right back to sleep. That's what I do. But
Or John, you know what I do? She'll be like, "Oh, I have 6 classes in my stack," and I'm like, "Oh, I did one of them. I am doing it. I
Oh
did.
my God.
I did
I
one of
did
those.
one
I
six.
did one of them
I
classes and
did
I be
one of
hyped.
those. Yeah,
That's
and
right.
I be hyped. I did one
I
six
did
of
one
her
of those.
workout, and
Y'all are a
I am
mess.
just the best.
That's right.
I appreciate it and the support for real. And y'all, whoever's coming out on the road, I just appreciate it so much. I know we all do. Even the fastest of the fast are always nervous. So y'all being out there to support, no matter what mile marker you're at, it's very felt and it's very much appreciated. So thank you.
Well, we appreciate you and we're gonna be out there. We're gonna definitely be cheering. We're gonna make a whole bunch of noise. We're gonna be
And we
annoying.
gonna turn up. Listen, y'all gonna get drunk just on Sunday night. Drunk just is fun. I might get on the table. It's fun.
Well, we're gonna be there for
I'm
that
bringing my
too.
megaphone.
Oh, you bringing a
I'm
megaphone?
not dealing with a cowbell, but I'm bringing a megaphone
Oh, okay. That's
because
that's
I'm.
that's probably good because I have the
Because you a
cowbell.
fitness believer.
I'm dead.
You
Don't
got
start
this,
with me.
Jessica. You've done worse.
Thank you
Like,
guys.
You got this. You got this.
Thank you. Thank
you don't
you.
have. Oh my God! Please start screaming Jessisms at her. You don't have to. You get to,
Good
Jessica.
night.
Oh my
Oh,
I'm
God! We're gonna
done.
be
Good
so
night.
annoying.
oh, she
We're
gonna
gonna be.
I'm absolutely gonna do that.
she gonna get upset.
Oh
We
my
can't
God.
do that.
I'm gonna be so annoyed. Please don't.
You know what? You're only a couple miles from check. Done. Oh my God! We're gonna be
Good
so
night. Good
Oh,
annoying.
night.
oh
I
All
man.
right. Thank you.
cannot
Oh,
wait.
ooh, can you imagine
Drop
saying
hella
that?
The
fire
hardest
in
part
the
is though when
chat.
you
Oh,
show
we're
I'm
up.
gonna
done.
be
Oh my God.
so
Oh,
Oh
annoying.
my God.
oh,
Good night.
oh.
Thank
Can you
you.
imagine saying that
Cannot wait.
with 2 miles left? We
Thank you.
saying that? Ooh, that'd be rough. All right
Thank
then.
you
It's gonna be
guys.
awesome.
All right then, y'all. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all showing up again. It's always good for me. It helps me kind of have you guys to talk to and kind of talk about fitness. I think it keeps my mind on it, and hopefully it does the same for y'all. So yeah, we'll see y'all. Whoever's going to the marathon, I'll see y'all on Sunday. If not, I guess I'll catch y'all on a ride or catch you here next week. All right.
Good luck to all the
Good
runners.
night.
Good luck to
Thank
everyone.
Have a
you.
good week,
See you
everybody.
at the finish line. I got my body paint. Love you guys.
Talk to you guys.
Good luck.
Not body paint, girl.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. All right. See y'all there. Talk to you later.